But first, make sure to knock out the like button in the next 5 seconds.
Do you ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me?
Welcome back to another KSCP video. My personal price target is short-term $10. Then we go back to $25 in my opinion. Right now, it's nothing more than an opportunity because it is down here under $7. You can see the biggest level right now on the technicals. Let's go over to the technical scene. Boom, we just changed blue. Let's grab our horizontal line tool, and I'm going to tell you right here, that's our big resistance right here. When we break that, we're going to go back to a high of 7, then 9, and of course we break 10, we go to 15 in my opinion. This is a stock that's very capable of doing that. It's shown that it's capable before, where you can see right here, it can do it, and just as quickly it can drop. So you got to take advantage of it when nobody wants it, when it's cheap down here, when it's just consolidating, going sideways, because when it does eventually boom, it's going to run up like crazy, and some of you are going to be kicking yourself. So I think this is a buy while it's still under that 650 level from where it is right now at 650, 623. If it pumps back to 10, that's a nice 60%. We're aiming for 50%. It is very doable. It is very possible. It would be ridiculous of me to say, hey, we're going to go to 25. You're going to make 300%. No. Let's keep it simple. Let's be realistic here. We can go to 10. It's very doable, especially with the catalyst. When this thing goes, there's going to be a lot of money to be made because a lot of people are going to do what? They're going to chase it. Rich Tech Robotics, I was talking about this one for a long time. I'm like, hey, it's just kind of consolidating down here, going sideways. The day that it explodes, it's going to go, and it's up. You know, if you bought down here when it was cheap using our strategy, you know, patreon.com/shades and trades, if you want to join the Discord, you'd be up over 75%, right? But you had to wait. You had to be patient with it. These AI stocks, these kinds of companies, you got to be patient with them. Too many people, they just want to buy and immediately it pumps 100%. But the reality, there's a business behind that stock that you're buying. You got to give that business time to grow, to accumulate their assets, to get contracts, etc. Things don't just happen overnight. A lot of people don't have that patience, unfortunately. So they end up chasing instead. When the reality is, you buy when it's down here, nobody wants it. You know, me and you, I'm talking to you, I'm whispering for some reason, because the secret sauce here is, you know, I don't know why I'm pulling a George Costanza here, but, you know, the next pick here is, you know, KNIGHTSCOPE. Just buy and hold for 8, then 10. If it breaks 10, hold for 15. You never want it to sell too soon. Keep an eye on this one, guys. Let's go over the investor presentation, though, jokes aside. KNIGHTSCOPE, make America the safest country in the world. You can see all their robots here as well. I'm not going to talk about AITX. There's another company that also has a similar concept, but they're kind of in they're trash. They dilute like crazy. Okay, we stop criminals at a glance. Headquartered in Silicon Valley. 70 employees, founded in 20 machines and network 10,000. Let's see, what can we learn from this? 3 million hours of autonomous operations. Achieved authority to operate. That's a big deal, with U.S. federal government poised for long-term sustainable profitable growth. That's probably the biggest thing, because the more contracts, kind of like Palantir and BBAI and all those other stocks out there, once you start getting those contracts with the government, your share price tends to get a lot of pumps, because eventually you get a contract and then the stock absolutely runs, then it dies off, and then it, you know, rinse and repeat. The cycles rinse and repeat. That's just how it is. You got to think of this in cycles. What is this? 2026 K1 Super Tower and K7 Autonomous Security Robot to be launched in 2026. Poor results. Yeah, we get it. Humans suck. Humans having to hire security guards, it's expensive, and humans suck. And they're inefficient, right? They got to take poops, peeps, and, you know, they got to raise kids. They got to actually go, you know, sleep and dream and, you know, all that stuff. Whereas machines don't. They can just operate 24/7, I'm sure, or on a rotation of 12 hours, one machine, and then another machine comes in and does it for 12 hours, and while the other one charges, rinse and repeat. Poor results, yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta put your life at risk, and it's just a machine being destroyed, whatever. That's very replaceable compared to a person dying. 2.6 trillion annual negative economic impact of crime in the U.S. Risk and exposure trend. I don't care about any of this. The future of public safety. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have some R2D2s all over the place. They're going to be watching you. You're going to be like, that brown guy over there. Or, that white guy looks all right, but that brown guy. Okay, no, jokes. I'm brown, that's what I'm saying. But jokes aside. Knightscope, the future of public safety, cost-effective, efficient, real results. AKA, what this really is trying to say? It's pretty much saying humans are garbage as a species. They're so expensive, right? You got to pay a human a wage. That human has rights. What else? Retirement accounts or whatever. Like you gotta employment. Employment, is that the word I'm looking for? Employment is the biggest cost to any business. If you can get rid of the humans, you're gonna have robots that are cost effective, efficient, and they're gonna get better results because they're just superior to us. They are, and they will be even more so as time goes by. I know people are gonna call me crazy. I will never forget in college. English, what was it, 101 or 102? I don't remember, but I had to write a paper, and I wrote a paper on when the teacher called on me and asked me, hey, what's your research topic? I said AI and how it's going to take over, everything. And I kid you not, everyone in that classroom turned around and looked at me like I was insane, like I was like off my rocker, and I was like, whoa, maybe I am insane, but no, I was right. This is where we're headed. And maybe I sound crazy saying that, yeah, humans are kind of garbage because I'm human. But this is kind of what they're saying, right? Humans are kind of, they're not, machine is more efficient, more cost effective, and better results. What does that say about us? That's what it's, I really do believe there's a lot of money to be made for investors who are seeing into the future, who can see what's going on. Get rid of the human, replace it with machine, you get better results. It's that simple. Let's see. Clients, retail, public safety, and government is the biggest one. Education, transit, residential healthcare. I'm trying to see if do they have like a list of, I'm wondering if they're going to tell me like, hey, what's the next catalyst more than anything. Yeah, see, even they're saying what I've been saying. Right now, the existing public safety infrastructure is archaic and fragmented. 1 million law enforcement professionals. That's a lot of people that are going to get replaced right here. A lot of people. That's a lot of jobs that are going to be lost. 85 million cameras. Those are going to be replaced with AI cameras, I'm sure, of some kind. 300,000 law enforcement vehicles. You know what's funny is, at some point, I can see law enforcement vehicles just having a human in it, but the vehicle just takes you, the police officer doesn't even have to drive anymore. It just does everything for you. I don't know. I could see that. I know maybe that sounds crazy right now. Future AI driven. Yeah, so this is the future, right? Look at what they're saying. Future AI driven. Robots will be everywhere. What is this? This is humans, vehicles that humans use, cameras that humans use. Humans are going to be replaced by robots. That's really what it is. So I think KSCP, any AI stock for that matter, all the other ones, SoundHound, Serve Robotics, Rich Tech Robotics, there's so many AI stocks right now that are just getting started, and people are sleeping on them. Eventually, these are going to be worth so much more if you're willing to invest in them long term. Now you got to pick and choose, right? Because there's a lot of them, but as long as you pick one, you can make a lot of money, in my opinion. And you probably want to make a lot of money off of these stocks right now, because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs once they start getting replaced. Robots will be everywhere. What does that mean? It means humans are going to be nowhere. That's really what that's saying. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe. Look at this. Additional 1 million machines that can see, smell, hear, and smell. Smell is probably the biggest one. They're going to smell you. They're going to be like, I smell tacos. No, I don't know where I'm going with that, but you get the point. They are looking to replace us. That's what it is. We suck. We're pretty shitty, if you think about it. Well, at least we don't consume a lot of electricity, I guess, but we consume a lot of meat, a lot of oinks. Organic and inorganic growth. Let's see. Acquisitions and partnerships opportunities being vetted. So that's something to look forward to right here. U.S. federal government growth, 1 U.S. Air Force Phase 1 contract. So we should be getting more contracts as well from the government. So there's two potential catalysts in the future. Growth led by new products. So more revenue long term. I believe in this. This is why I've been talking about this one for a while. But again, it's the moment it starts running away. That's when people are going to chase it up and push it to like 10 and then 20 if it happens again. So look at this. It's already up 7%. I might actually break out today. Maybe I'd be shocked if it does. Because I did add some more today at like 5.88. I added like down here somewhere. Like right at open somewhere. Yeah, I added like at 5.91 or somewhere. I don't remember. So I added more. I like averaged up, I think. Or no, I averaged down just a little bit because my first position was at $6. So like again, you can't be sleeping on these AI stocks. You just can't. I mean, some of you are so focused on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that. But right now, the humans suck. We're going to get replaced by machines, whether you like it or not. Because companies don't want to be paying you no wage. They don't want to be employing you. You're a big cost. And maternity leave and all that other crap that they have to pay. They don't want to deal with you. Humans, when you look at them, they kind of suck. They're not very efficient. Companies want to get rid of you to replace you with a machine. If you believe that, I'm telling you right now, buy your Knightscopes, buy your Rich Tech Robotics when they're cheap, buy your quantum computing stocks, buy all these stocks that are in the AI sector, and sit on them when they're cheap, take profit when they skyrocket. Your portfolio will grow. That's it for this episode of the Stock Market Show. Patreon.com/ShadesandTrades if you want to join the private Discord for trade alerts. As you can see here, Shane, cool, thanks, man. I made over 50%. I'm really excited. I really appreciate your work. I did take profit. I love this. Jeff, advice on when to buy and sell makes the difference of thousands of dollars. $50 a month is well worth it. Virgilus, Shades Houstings, sitting on 1,600 shares of Sound, up 21%. Shall I keep holding? So again, patreon.com/shadesandtrades for trade alerts. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys. Risk is managed, I let it dance.